inside the floor. Scoops it up. Booker brings the boom.
We're late, but we're here, baby. We're on Pure Sports NBA playoff show, talking all things DraftKings, DK Sportsbook, two-gamer slates, showdown slates. Got the man, the myth, the legend, Big T in the house, ready to talk about his Nuggets, about a tough game yesterday, about a tough second place finish again for my guy in the showdown streets too, which we'll get to. But Tony, I know it's a little tough for you this morning, kind of on both fronts, the DFS side and the Nuggets side, the fandom. But how you doing here?
Yeah, it was a tough loss for sure as far as the Nuggets. First of all, it was a great game. I mean, as far as just watching basketball, I mean, you had Jokic, you had A+ Jokic, which we haven't had in the playoffs all that much. He's been bad in the playoffs. And I mean, that game was special what he did. He deserved to win that game. He was way too good to lose that game. But I mean, in some of the other games he played bad and the role players played great. It just shows you. We just talked about it yesterday on the show. You got to have help. I don't care how good you are. You got to have a little help, and nobody came along with him. And, man, he didn't need much. But it was a great game. SGA was awesome down the stretch, too. You had the two MVP candidates. And the crazy part was, man, if you told me the Jokic would play that good and it came down to Lou Dort making 3 rainmakers on me, it shows you, though, if he misses even like 1 or 2 of those, it's a different game. They were in control of the whole game. And we missed some shots, and Lou Dort made 3 in a row. And it was like his only 3 makes of the game, but it just shows you need Westbrook to not airball threes. Westbrook's been so bad. I gave him credit, and right after I gave him credit, he's just been absolutely horrendous. MPJ's been horrendous. But it's still not over. I know it looks like it's over. This Nuggets team is tough. They are very, very tough. They're not going to be an easy out, but it does hurt to know you blew 2 straight games. Both of them they should have won, honestly. They were up double digits or close to double digits, both games in the fourth. You got to win those games, and now you're playing with the variance the other way of what I've been talking about every day. You could play your best and lose to OKC, and OKC's due for a game where they play incredible, and it's not good for the Nuggets when you blow 2. But great game, great Jokic game. Role players were bad. OKC was good. Fun series to watch as a fan. I'm sure the non-partial fans have probably loved this series because it's been great basketball.
Honestly, the non-partial fans have probably loved both of the Nuggets series.
Yeah, I mean, they've been great games.
Honestly.
They're great series. I mean, the Clippers series was awesome. This series is awesome. And they're great teams. I mean, it's not like some of these other series where the play hasn't been great. I can't even complain. I love rooting for the Nuggets, but it is what it is. I don't have some astronomical amount on them or anything. I want them to win, obviously, but it is what it is. And yeah, another freaking second place, just right there. 60, I think it was 60K or something for first. I win like 5,000 for second nuts, 1 player off again. And we're going to get one, though. These takes have been too good on these shows. And our Pacers yesterday, close it out 4-1.
Close it out.
Another just awesome win from the Pacers. I mean, the Cavs played decent enough, but, I mean, to win on the road again for the Pacers, I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive to me to win again on the road.
I mean, listen, the Cavs, Donnie Mitchell almost had exactly as many free throw attempts as the entire Pacers team.
They were giving him a lot of calls.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, should we have, and on top of it too, like he missed those 3 free throws at the end of the game
were huge.
when they were kind of coming back. Like it felt like they were trying to get him back in the game a little bit. He missed those 3. It kind of took the wind out of the sail a little bit. And then after he misses them, they miss I thought it was a clear foul call on Halliburton. He falls down, and they get like a 4-on-5 fast break, and Donnie hits that 3 in the corner, and I'm like, oh shit, like things are about to get tight. And our boy Andrew Nemhard just gets the ball and gets that. It was such a clutch, just and one, where he just put his body into him and just kind of like a layup in a way, but nice, easy jumper and one. And it just kind of swung everything back, the momentum right back into the Pacers. And your boy Halliburton came through. I mean, like overall just came through with a massive game on his part. That was another, like, honestly, that was a fun game too. That was a real fun game to watch in my opinion. And Cavs had a shot, Pacers were really good, but the Cavs had a shot.
It was funny too, because so on my core yesterday for the main team at the very end, I talked about it on the show. Actually, I ended up on that same build, but Halliburton, Donnie, and Jokic with some of those cheap guys we talked about. And I was mad at myself after the first quarter. I'll admit it. I'll admit when I was tilting early a little bit, because Halliburton was so bad in the first quarter. I'm like, how did I fall for Halliburton again? How could I do it? And then he just turned it up the last 3 quarters, and he was –
that's the best thing about those studs, dude, is like you can be out for a quarter and still get there in 3, because when they get hot, they get red hot. You know what I mean? So,
and he was just, when he's aggressive, man, you can't guard him. I don't care who you are. You can't guard him when he's like that. He's so shifty. I mean, that shifty move he has, you are not. And now he's to the point where he's almost like Ant in a way. It's a weird comparison, but when they get by you, they throw it down. Like they go down the lane and just punch it on you. And he's got that first step that when he gets by you, I mean, you aren't stopping it. You just aren't.
Yeah, and I think everyone's expecting the pullbacks too with him, because he's got such a nasty like pullback, step back, that he, once he gets by you, he really gets you off guard when he starts going like actually downhill. Because I don't think a lot of players are expecting it. I think they're expecting that, especially when he's going right? Because that step back's so lethal when he's going right. And so he can catch you really easily. But he was amazing. Like he was so good to watch. And you did talk about that build. So I know some of the cheapies didn't like crush, but like the build was the nuts. So if you did it,
man, and that's why we've always done better on these 2 games and short slates, because people still haven't figured that out. That when these studs go for 80 and 60 and 60, it literally doesn't matter what your cheapies do. Like they could, and they were awesome in the first half. Those OKC guys, they just didn't play in the second half because they needed their guys in there. They were going to lose the game. So. I mean, it was a good, and someone in the Discord too won a bunch with that build. He was talking about our show in there. I forget who it was without looking.
He won like 4 or 5K or something like that.
God,
I literally was just looking at the build just a little bit ago, and who was it? Let's see here. I'm scrolling back on it right now. I see your second place finish right here. Tyler's daddy is his username.
Yeah.
There we go. He won 4K, second place, and he won like 6K overall though, with all his like entry fees and some other contests shipped in. So yeah, it was a sick build, and it's the build that you were talking about. It literally was Halliburton, Donnie, Jokic, and then Aaron Wiggins, Toppin, Case and Wallace, Christian Brown, and Hartenstein. That was the build. And literally when you look, it's like Wiggins did 9.25, Toppin had 14.25, Case and Wallace had 13. But it doesn't matter because he had the 3 guys you kind of needed to have on this slate, where the mid-tier kind of fell and didn't do as great, right? So you kind of needed these studs.
What was the winner anyways? What was like the nut last night?
The nut. Let's
on
see.
The main slate. I only looked at the showdown.
By the way, did you see Where's my guy Don Easy here? Imagine sending a text message to your team saying don't show up if you're not
Yeah.
about it, and then not show up yourself.
You don't send that anyways if you're Max Strus anyways. Like,
Yeah,
come
it's
on.
got to be like Donnie who sends that. Like, it can't
And
be
those are
Max
always
Strus.
stupid messages anyways. It's like the coach. That's like a high school coach message that's just stupid. Like, you don't want to show up and work hard, just don't come. Go home. Like,
yeah,
it's a dumb message. Like, no one's going home.
So the nuts, actually, Tony, one of the studs was left off. Do you know who it was?
I doubt it was Jokic. So
no, it wasn't Jokic.
Donnie probably.
It was Donnie. Yeah, Donnie was left off. It was Hallie, Christian
Had to have
Braun,
the Indiana guys.
Aaron Nesmith, who crushed, Obi Toppin, Nikola Jokic, Andrew Nemhard, Pascal Siakam, and Alex Caruso.
That makes sense.
So
that's why I wasn't really looking at the main slate as close, just because we've had so many slates that we pretty much know what we're doing. So when those Pacers guys go off like that for high, you're just in trouble.
And it's a solo shipper too in the $20 because he had 5 Pacers and no Cleveland.
There you go. There's another thing we've been talking about.
That's see what he did there though.
Strategy always.
He faded one team because he had Caruso from OKC and he had Denver with the other 2 spots, and he faded one whole team. He faded Cleveland, but he also had 5 Pacers against the team he faded, and boom, you get a unique 2-gamer build
too when you think about it, because Cleveland they didn't quit, but they easily could have quit in that game, and the Pacers could have just rolled them up. And that's all that matters. 2 games in Showdown, just make your team make sense for something. Just whatever you think it's going to be, make it make sense for that.
And when I look at it, I'm like, it makes sense to me why this is a solo shipper. Like when I just look at the team, I'm like, this
he had to be
sense.
So happy after that early game because those Pacers dudes just crushed. Besides Donnie, the Cleveland guys didn't.
Yeah,
I mean, Mobley.
And besides Toppin, Toppin didn't crush, but he got you
still only freaking 3,500 though. I mean, he was fine.
And he got 14. I'm just saying though, if Aaron Wiggins ended up getting 20 something, it could have fucked him probably. Or
I'm pretty sure Wiggins didn't play in the second half either, did he? If he did, it wasn't for long.
And he only got 9, and that's what I'm saying. He outscored Case and Wallace, Wiggins. He outscored Toppin most of those cheap guys anyways, so it didn't really matter. I'm just saying, that's probably what he was sweating, was hoping none of the cheap guys did anything, crazy or something like that. Like the Nah game where fucking Nah came out there in that showdown and got 30 or whatever.
That was another one of my second places when Nah gets friggin' 30 points and he had 14 in the 4th.
Correct. And somehow had blowout run on top of everything else. Got some blowout run too. But yeah, Halliburton is about that. So Tony, now, obviously tonight we got the Knicks and Celtics. Everyone's expecting, the Knicks to, whether they close them out tonight or back in New York, everyone is expecting the Knicks to, advance most likely. And we would get a Knicks-Pacers series. And that, I think is interesting, because both these teams, I think, are pretty close, honestly. I have my lean on who I like. I do like the Pacers in the series, but I don't think the Pacers are
the Knicks whoop you all 3 series?
I might have to let the Knicks whoop me all 3 series. And
you should be the one that loves Brunson too. Brunson is you the physical little guy that just takes it to people. You should love that.
I do like it. I do like it. I just can't get past all the antics.
They're gonna have a hard time with the Pacers though too. I agree. The Pacers are just tough. They're just tough, and then they don't get bullied is another thing.
Yes.
They just get after you.
I will say,
it's going to be a good series, though.
This is a series that Cat should fucking be good in.
Yeah.
Like this should
Don't make me get my notepad out again. We can do another one with Big Cat.
I'm not saying he's gonna be good. I'm saying this should be a series for Cat. Like, geez, Cat has got to show up. When's Cat gonna like actually show up? Like for real?
He's not. He can't. It's Cat. He's soft. He's a softie.
I mean, but JB takes all the pressure off of you. Like at the end of games, you don't need to be there.
Soft is soft, man. He's soft. I love it too. Like Chuck on these telecasts is like, oh, if Cat just gets down in there and post up, and I'm like, Cat has never done that. Why would he start doing that now?
Yeah, I guess.
Cat is the softest. Cat is so freaking soft. And it's crazy because the other four guys are like tough guys. Even Mikal Bridges, I know he's like skinny and like that.
No,
but he's
Mikal's tough.
Yeah,
no,
like the other four guys are tough. Mitchell Robinson's tough. Cat's the only like just softy.
He loves Mitchell Robinson. We'll get into him, but he absolutely and on top of it, with Tatum out, I think it makes it even easier for them to play Mitchell Robinson with Tatum out. Makes it even easier for him to be out there. So that's another thing we got to talk about. Cat's gonna be stuck in the litter box. Yeah, Cat is definitely he's gonna own. Well, B-Nair says he's gonna own all of us, I guess. So we'll see. We'll see on that. I would actually though enjoy the Knicks Minnesota championship. I would actually enjoy that because it would be a fun storyline. We get the Cat Randall, we get Dante talking shit to Tibbs and all of his old Villanova buddies. Like, it would be a cool series, Tony. That I will say that. Like, yeah, just taking my money and bankroll out of it and who I want to win, because obviously I have money on the Pacers. But again, I'm not like I'm gonna wait until that series price comes out. I'm assuming do we think the Knicks are favored? Or do we think it's like a pick 'em?
The Knicks are the four, right? The
Knicks
are the three. The Knicks will have home court. Yeah, whoever has home court will be favored. The Knicks.
Yeah, but we think it's going to be like a close line, like minus 130.
Can't be a big favorite. Yeah, it's got to be close.
Yeah, okay.
It's got to be like in the 100 somewhere. It can't be 200.
Yeah. Some chat. OKC, New York. Yeah. I mean, who would you rather see if you could see it out of the teams that we right now?
I honestly like you take the Nuggets out of it. Like, I'm happy with almost all the teams because it's all different teams. You got teams we haven't seen in this type of spotlight, really. So, yeah. I mean, OKC versus these teams will be fun. The only thing I hate is these showdowns, and we've been dialed. A lot of the teams that I like are the teams you like the Knicks. That's why I want the Knicks, because they only play the Nuggets. Like a dream finals for me where we'll just win all the money is the Knicks Nuggets. You just get 5 guys on both teams and you just line them up and you
are just selfishly thinking about your showdown aspirations right now. That's what you're thinking about.
You got to think about the money, right? These teams, but then you got OKC playing 12, Indiana playing 12. I mean, freaking Mustache Man for the Pacers is out there killing them yesterday, and Carlisle still just has to play him. Like, come on. Do we really need to play that guy like 8 minutes? Is it really necessary?
You called him Mustache Man.
I mean, he was killing me out there.
Carlisle does some things that just he kills me.
They're owning me though. So both teams that go that deep, Pacers and OKC, just playing it, and their depth. We got depth, and I make fun of depth, but they both keep moving along. And in the fourth quarter, the Nuggets have got owned both times in the fourth. I still personally just think it's more shooting variance, but you can say it's depth. Maybe they are tired. I don't know.
I mean, I think their legs they gotta be tired.
They miss every shot, so I can't disagree.
And it's like everybody too. Like the whole go down there. Like seriously, it'll sicken.
I mean, they made one shot yesterday, and it was a layup at the end.
It literally, so like you go down the Denver Nuggets whole like 3-point. Let's just real quick look at it. So let's see. 3-point shooting here. Aaron Gordon 1 for 5. Michael Porter Jr. 0 for 5. Jokic 5 for 7. Well, but Jokic was the one guy who had the monster game. Murray 3 for 13, Braun 2 for 8, Peyton Watson 1 for 3. Peyton Watson gave them good early minutes, by the way,
he
too.
Was awesome. He was awesome in the second half.
He gave them, but like he gave them a huge boost when he
good.
came in there.
He was the second best player based on
Russell Westbrook 0 for 3, 1 for 7 from the field, and Julian Strouter 1 for 2.
Think about those numbers you're saying. Like, man, how did they lose that game? They only needed like literally 2 more of those to go in, and they win easy.
But look how close, and again, I think everyone thought that series price was insane. Like, this series has been so close, and you can say, OKC, maybe they're just a better team.
People are going to say I'm partial, but they have been. It doesn't matter.
I mean, you are partial, but I think it's been more of like a pick 'em than
it has been like double digits in the the last 2 games.
Well, I mean, okay, so the Knicks have been down how many fourth quarters going into – so are they the
Knicks haven't been the better team, though. I never said the Knicks.
So you're admitting that Detroit was the better team?
I mean, we said that. That's a whole. We just were talking about Boston, not the Knicks.
No, I know that, but I'm just asking you.
Get back to your sorry Detroit team. I don't.
No, we don't. I'm asking you a question because it's the same thing. I think
that series was super even, yeah. But I don't think the Knicks were like clearly better than Detroit. No.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. Yeah, it's the same thing with
Boston's
the Celtics.
better than the Knicks. It's Definitely. They just play like Boston plays, and they just.
Yeah, you know, eventually playing like that.
It doesn't matter who's the better team, anyways. I agree. I'm not making excuses for
that. That's my whole point with the playoffs.
You got to make shots. It's a make or miss league.
Teams always weak.
Simple. Make your shots.
Yeah, they don't always win. That's just the fact. So. Denver's a better team. Late game execution's the issue. Yeah, I mean that's a huge big issue too. Late game execution.
Not even freaking execution though. It's literally just stand and make a shot. They're getting good looks.
Listen, Beanair, blow me, okay? I don't want to hear it from you until I see you in the Discord.
Heaven,
I don't even want to hear it from you until I see you in the Discord. Until then, I don't want to hear it.
OKC's got to be the favorite, but are they the second favorite? They got to be.
OKC's the favorite.
Well, yeah, I'm saying is the Knicks the second favorite?
The Knicks, the Pacers, and the T-Wolves are all like plus 550, plus 500, plus 600.
5 Timberwolves 550, Pacers 600. So the Pacers have advanced though, so that means the Knicks will be a decent favorite because the Knicks are 500, the Pacers are 600, and the Pacers have already advanced officially. So the Knicks will definitely be a decent sized favorite.
Yeah, there you go. What's up, Joe K? Catching us live. Appreciate you watching live. You can rewatch though, obviously, but it's nice to have some live viewers here talking in the chat. Tony, all right. Anything else here from the yesterday's games, or can we move to today and get to this slate here?
Today's games aren't as exciting, but yes, we can.
Okay,
we got to dispense of this Warriors team. We got to dispense of them this evening.
Well, we'll talk about it because I think
the last if Minnesota wins, there's no more 2-gamers, right? We're all showdowns.
So yeah, I mean, because even if Minnesota doesn't win, if the Knicks win, wouldn't it be over too?
You know, if either side wins, yeah. If either side wins, yeah. I wonder when game 1, if both series ends tonight, I wonder when game 1 of the East will be. Sunday?
It should be Sunday or Monday. Would it be Monday?
I just wonder how long they push it if both teams are, because they still start the finals on June 5th, no matter what, or whatever it is.
Right.
And so they're not going to like scoot stuff up.
If somehow Boston got to a game 7, it would be Monday. So I don't know how that changes.
That's probably when they'll start it then.
That kind of makes some sense.
I'm just curious how much hoops we're going to be without if we close these things.
I guess no. If Minnesota loses somehow, a Sunday we'd have a 2-gamer because it would be
Minnesota is not. I will be the most stunned of the whole postseason if Golden State rises up and somehow wins on the. It could have. If there's anybody that could happen to, it's Minnesota though. They do just go through droughts where they just can't score at all. But still.
I mean, even then, though, this Golden State team, they just get nothing from a bunch of guys. Like, you can't we just went through Denver. Like, unless you're getting a Jokic performance by Jimmy, Tony, which he hasn't really done.
He's not capable of that. Like that type of, I mean, what
Okay, so
Jokic
unless
did yesterday was literally insane. Like he was ridiculously good.
by the way, did you see that dude, the Sentinel account posting something about they found Bet365 or whatever downloaded on MPJ's phone or something like that, like the app.
He disgusted me. And if I hear about his friggin' shoulder one more time, I'm gonna puke. Like, oh my god, you were so.
Oh, now
nervous.
you don't like it when you hear excuses. All these guys giving excuses and stuff drives me nuts.
So the dates, I found the dates. The Western Conference Finals, Game 1, May 20th. Possible move up to the 18th or down to the 22nd, depending. So what? The 18th is what? Sunday.
The 18th that's Sunday. Yeah, Sunday.
So if Minnesota closes and Denver close,
then we'll get game
Sunday,
1,
I think. But it's scheduled for the 20th, and the Eastern's 21st. What's the 21st?
The 21st is Wednesday, I think. Next Wednesday.
So Wednesday. So if it closes tonight, though, it says move up to the 19th. What's the 19th? Monday?
That's Monday.
So that's when I'm assuming it'll be Monday night. So we could be without hoops all weekend.
We could be. Yeah, we could be. But that's okay, though, because we got UFC.
Yeah.
We got NASCAR.
If there's any time I don't want NBA, I'll be honest, it's the weekend. Because we got a lot of other stuff we can do on the weekends.
Yeah, and honestly, I like having it on the Monday through Friday strip, and then we get to our weekend sports. You know what I mean? So
I love the weeknight slates. I love it.
I'm a big fan of it, so I'm with it. Especially once we get to like the later showdown slate, where it's just the late showdown slates, you know. So then it's like after baseball lock.
Did you see they freaking lowered it again on us tonight, though? Why?
No?
Did it not sell out or something?
What, the showdown or the
so freaking annoying?
What'd they put it to? Let's see.
50 again. They lowered it.
Oh, come on!
It's the same every time. I don't get it.
Come on, DraftKings. JSU playing NASCAR is like JSU playing. No, it is not like W. No way is it like W. What's WNBA? Tony, you know what that is? You know what that is? WNBA DFS.
I don't know what that is.
I've never heard of it. I definitely never played that. I'll tell you that right now. I definitely have never played that. Sounds like something a guy named Gregory Swinehart would play, or whatever his name is. Go ask him about.
Maybe this is true too. What he said. Maybe they haven't been felling. I haven't been paying attention to that part. Maybe they haven't been felling. Honestly,
I don't know about yesterday, but I've seen actually a couple nights where they've just slightly missed from filling. So that could be somewhat it too. And on top of it, they got the big contest for golf. And I'm sure so like today's probably the day where all the entries like swarm in for golf. So it kind of makes some sense. They don't want people locking up their money, even though they'll get paid out at night. Like they want people to enter the golf, probably more. So it makes a little sense, I think, Tony, with the big golf tournaments. Which, by the way, we got the content over at Rumpier Sports. Are you going to be doing a show at some point, talking some golf?
Tonight with I don't know who's going on. JBC, Snyder, and maybe Bryce. I don't know. Tonight at some point, though, I'm definitely going on.
JSU might piss off them Clark fans. I mean, I don't give a shit. Like, I know who she is. I don't know who anyone else is. Like,
they got the UConn chick now too. So there's 2 chicks now that are good.
Who? The UConn chick. That's that blonde chick I've been seeing, right? Yeah.
Paige something.
Yeah. She
now
was like one of those kids. There was
one good one. Now there's 2 good ones.
Wasn't she one of those kids that like Kobe like took a picture with way back then? And I don't know if like he helped her. I have no idea, but I thought it was something like that.
I know she was like more highly touted than Caitlin Clark, and then she got hurt or something.
She's better than Caitlin Clark?
She was, like, when they went into college and stuff.
Oh.
And she like dominated everyone this year. So I think they're the 2 that there's two good players. There was one, now there's two in the Wolf Pack.
All all I know is that when one person plays hoops for the women, there's like packed stadiums, and when she doesn't play,
Yeah.
that same stadium is like a quarter full. So does not entice me to watch much of those hoops, especially when you talk about all the missed layups you see constantly. But that's all right. That's enough talk of that. I'm back to not knowing anything about it. Let's get into the NBA slate tonight. And we'll start off with the first game here, Boston and New York. Tony, first off, we got to get our takes on if we think this game is the closeout game for New York, if Boston's got a little fight left in them and, can maybe move this to game 6, Tony. What's your take on that to start?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't think you can count out Boston. It's not like the Knicks are some crazy deep team. The one dude, Zero Gravity, he's excited about the WNBA. He's pumping it up in there, like 9 different messages.
Hey, I mean, listen, if you got winners, you know what I mean? Winners are winners, I guess, at the end of the day, if that's,
correct. But I can see Boston. Like, it's going to be hard to win 3 in a row, obviously, because even if Tatum was in, I said the same thing. Like, Knicks are going to have a game or two where they just get hot and win. But Boston still has champions. They're not going to roll over. They're not done just because Tatum's out. So I think there's a lot of opportunity here because I think we see, obviously, they don't. I mean, look how many guys they're playing. They're another team that just doesn't. Last game they played 6 guys, right? Or is that 7 guys? But now Tatum's out, so you're talking.
But Sam Hauser's going to be back, Tony. So you can Sam Hauser's going to be back tonight. Yeah. He's probable, so they're
good then. If Doogie's back, get Doogie back in that rotation, and he's going to get him over the top. It's an interesting spot though. So I'm curious how the public's going to look at it because. Do they look at it like it's Boston, or do they look at it like Boston's just dead because Tatum's out?
I think they look at it more like they're dead. That's just me personally.
Do people really go in and bet on the Knicks, though, at Boston? Is that –
well, what's the line right now?
4.5, I think I saw.
4.5. I mean, seems about right, I guess.
Yeah, it feels like a good line to me, too, because it tests you, like, how good do you think Boston plays? I've been on the Knicks all series, so it's going to be hard for me to take Boston. But I wouldn't be stunned if they just play good. And they're still going to have the same offense. So it's still just the variance game. Do you just make all your threes? Do you miss a lot of threes? It still comes down to the same stuff. But I mean, you lose Tatum and you were already struggling in the series. Kristaps still has the freaking illness or whatever's going on. Yeah, I got to go Knicks the more I'm talking myself through this. I'm looking at this roster. Jaylen Brown's been bad. Jaylen Brown's been really bad. I mean, he doesn't even have a 40.
I just don't think Jaylen Brown with Tatum, I don't think it because he just does so much sitting on the side with Tatum. And his
only good game of the playoffs was when Tatum was out. He had 60.
And you know who else it was one of his only good playoff games was Kristaps Porzingis. Because those two guys were actually heavily involved in the offense.
Are you going back to the notepad tonight? Is Kristaps coming in for you?
I don't know. So here's my
redemption.
Here's my next question, and this will answer that question that you have, Tony. This will answer that question. Who starts for Jason Tatum? Do they start the big lineup with Kristaps and Al? Do they start Doogie Howser, who's been out with, I think, an ankle injury for a few games now? Or do they start Peyton Pritchard, who I personally think they prefer off the bench, if at all possible, even though I think he finishes the game? Who do they start?
Yeah, I mean, I can't see them starting that big of a lineup versus the Knicks where
so you think it's Pritchard Doogie?
I would say it's Doogie just to keep their like bench rotation
That's what
the
I
same.
think.
And I don't think it honestly even matters really. Like they're gonna all play their minutes based on what
Well,
they're
I
doing
think it's
anyways.
telling a little bit though, because like if Doogie doesn't start, in my mind, he's probably only going to play like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And because I think it would be Doogie if like he wasn't coming off of an injury. I think it would definitely be him. But the only thing that's making me apprehensive about like being certain about it is, he's coming off of an injury.
So I mean, we
Because I
can
agree
look at
with you.
the last time Tatum was out, it was a pretty close game, and Doogie played 13 minutes. I
don't think he's a lock to play big minutes either way.
Cornette
But didn't
only
they
played
start
9.
the big lineup?
Cornette played 12. I mean, I think you can. I actually think these minutes are somewhat. I don't think Porzingis will play 34 again, but I think Pritchard and these 4 get all the minutes, and then the other. I think these minutes are somewhat accurate.
Yeah, I think Kristaps probably gets maybe an extra couple minutes from what he got last time. So what he got 24 minutes last time.
And 34 the first time without Tatum. So maybe you meet in the middle, high 20s.
28, I think. I think they're building his minutes up. So I don't think they're going to go from 24 to 34.
And you never know with this freaking illness. Who knows how the goofball is going to feel when he gets out there? Maybe he's just tired, or who knows?
It's true. Yeah, and they're not reporting on it. I mean, Porzingis is going to get played. He's 5K.
That's what he is, 5K.
Yeah. And what if he starts? I know you said you don't think they start him.
How could they? They'll get barbecued.
I'm just telling you, like, they don't have much else.
Matchups be though. He's going to get barbecued.
Well, he might get barbecued a little bit.
It's going to be barbecue chicken with 2 bigs out there.
I mean, Josh Hart is going to be putting the ball on the floor a little bit more than.
They will if Porzingis starts, I'm going to bet a freaking helicopter on the Knicks.
Helicopter.
They put those bigs in that screen and roll. Porzingis can't guard anybody.
Is there a way to bet Porzingis to die on the court? I hope not. Jeez. Let's relax there, B-Nair, a little bit. We don't want to be betting people to actually go down on the court. Even though, I don't know about dying, but like Tony said, he could definitely just bail out if he's not feeling good. Like, that's always on the table with him. So, yeah. Either way, I think like Pritchard, I've been saying Drew Holiday's been playing banged up this entire playoffs. I kind of think it shows. On top of it,
he finally got a spot where you can go to him though.
But on top of it, he's got to handle guarding JB like the most of the game, which has got to take a lot out of you just trying to guard him constantly. So, I mean, I don't know. Are you Pritchard over Drew, or are you Drew over Pritchard? Is my next question. I'm debating that right now, and I think
the big issue is they bumped Pritchard on us because they knew the injury.
Well, that's why I'm asking you, Drew or Pritchard, because they're right next to each other. So 300 difference.
I don't see how I could play Pritchard over Drew, and this does to me feel like a Drew spot where whenever he's actually needed, like truly needed, he always has stepped up his whole career. And you just know with these guys, like they're going to get steamed at the top for sure with Kristaps, Derek White, Jaylen Brown. And they bumped these prices. Like Kristaps is the only one they didn't really bump. I mean, at 5K. So he's going to get, you're right. Like he's going to be crazy owned. And I just don't see it. I know I'm a Porzingis hater,
he's a great ownership fade, I think.
Yeah.
Like he's a great ownership
for
fade.
Error with him. Like, look at these numbers. I know Tatum was in. I know he was. And I know these minutes are going to come up a little. But his only good game was that other game Tatum didn't play. And that was before, like, all this stuff popped up again where he wasn't, like, feeling great. Because, I mean, going into this series, you were still super high on him. So we didn't know about any of this stuff before.
We didn't know, yeah.
And he just hasn't been good. So if you're telling me he's going to be 50, 60, 70% owned, I mean, that's just a cake fade for me.
Just wait if he gets put in that starting lineup, too.
I don't see how.
I'm just saying, though, like, But also in that game too, he got to the line 13 times, or how many times did he get to the free throw line in that game? He got to the line 14 times, Tony. How many times have you watched Kristaps Porzingis play and you're like, man, he's just getting to the foul line?
I don't even know how he could get that many free throws with those style he plays.
That's what I'm saying, because he plays such a finesse, like non-aggressive. He was drawing like bad 2 fouls constantly and stuff like that. It's just like, yeah, that's
like
probably
right
not
now,
going to happen.
Horford's projected at half the ownership of Porzingis.
He's a way better play, but he's 5,600.
Horford he could rise up like Drew. I like the veterans, honestly. Like, I don't even really like Derek White that much. Dare I say that? 7,700 is pretty high.
Well, that was the other question I was going to have, is Derek White or Jaylen Brown? Like, everyone's going to say Jaylen Brown.
But Jaylen Brown's going to be higher owned too because of it. But
they're 500 difference, so it's a question. You know what I mean? Like, it is a question. Like, yeah, you could play them both.
Go Jaylen Brown, even at a higher ownership. I think I would still have to go. I mean, these guys are going to be good plays though, because they're just they don't have bench guys. I mean, if you give Kristaps somewhere mid to high 20s, you give Pritchard in the 30s. Cornette can't play more than 15 to 20. I mean, they're going to have to all play a ton. So
here's the thing: Derek White and Jaylen Brown are going to play 43 to 45 minutes tonight.
Yeah,
like, they're going to play a ton of minutes tonight. Drew Holiday, I think he's going to try and play more minutes, but they've been definitely keeping his minutes somewhat in check, right? Like, maybe he gets 38 tonight instead of 34. Pritchard's going to get
up 39 game 1. He could get to 40 tonight easy.
Okay. Even if he gets 40, he's not playing 40. There's a difference between 40 and 45. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, Peyton Pritchard, I would say high 30s, mid 30s.
He's going to have to. I mean, they're just going to need Pritchard. They just need it. They need Pritchard.
We think that Porzingis is going to play low to high 20s, like high being the most, and like,
I would be legitimately stunned if he came out and played like 35 or something.
So that means Al's got to play like 35 at least.
Played 38 last game, so I don't see why he'd play less.
Okay, so between 35 and 40 minutes, like, man, how do I not play 4 Celtics? Like, unless you just see them quit.
It's going to be hard not to play them for sure. Yeah.
Well, unless you see them quit. Like that, like, unless you think they quit, I don't think they do.
They quit. I mean, they're champions. They want to prove they can do it without Tatum. I definitely don't think they quit. They might not be able to win, but I don't think they'll quit.
Yeah, they got too many veterans to just be like, yeah, they're gonna quit. They like. So how many could you play? Could you play 5? Could you play 4? Where's your line?
Definitely play Jalen. I mean, I can play all of them, but Porzingis, I probably won't be able to go to. I kind of hope Doogie Howser starts so that everyone plays him, and I don't. Yes. I mean, I don't think I can play him even if he starts. He's so bad.
Yeah, I hope he starts too, because everyone will click his name at that price tag because he's starting, and the value's not good on this slate. So when you get a starter at that price tag, everyone's just gonna.
One thing we should talk about too with the full slate is the second game has a chance to just be a whitewash. Like,
that's why I'm discussing all these plays.
There's a lot of variance where you can just plug this game, but again, though, it's what everyone's gonna do. Like, Tatum's out, everyone's gonna just shove Boston because of that, and the Knicks for that matter. And the second game will just be insanely. But I don't know how this has been one of my issues the last couple of years in DFS is I just get way more chalky than I like. I can't see the other path at all where you play a late game but everyone's thinking that same way. I mean, how could you possibly like that late game over this game?
I mean, you couldn't. I don't know how.
You're just playing the variance game, and you're just like, maybe Boston does quit, or maybe whatever. Yeah. Porzingis gets sick in the middle of the game, and they don't got one less dude.
Yeah, and maybe you just pull like the dude who won it yesterday, where you just stack the Knicks, and then your 3 guys are from Minnesota or something like that.
I mean, you'll be different.
It's
going to be hard not to play any Boston. Like, it's
Like, imagine if you played 4 or 5 Knicks and no Boston.
You would definitely be different. I don't know if you could. I don't know
I'm
if you
not
could
saying
get
that's the
there.
winner. I'm just
Yeah.
saying if you're trying to build a unique team, like 4 or 5 Knicks and no Boston would be unique. That's all I'm
I
going to
will
say
say
on
though,
that.
like people still don't overstack. Like people still don't just play one late guy. I always say you can be different, just one late guy, not two, one, just one late guy, and maybe it's a scrub and like it's a Nah or a, who knows, our boy Spencer. Maybe it just gets out of hand and
Could
it's
be.
just a weird guy like Spencer because I mean the Knicks are gonna play. I mean, what? So no matter what for the Celtics, you got what? 2, 4, 6, 8 guys, right? 2,
I kind of
4, 6.
agree with this too. Like the Knicks playing close games.
It's going to be,
So
yeah,
like
I agree.
whether you like the Knicks or the Celtics, like I think it's going to be a close game. The second game is definitely a different story. Like the second game could be
And
bad
the
early.
Warriors could also quit. Like I don't think Boston quits. I could see the Warriors quitting. They know they're not winning 3 in a row.
No.
Although
Not
they do
without
have the
Steph.
Steph thing where Steph could play in game 6 and you got a bunch of rest before game 6. So they could load up and just play it all in. I'm just saying, in that
Definitely.
$20 tournament on DraftKings, it's not the most insane thing ever to just play a little under on the first game and stack the second game.
Boston is going to quit. It was close because they had Tatum. Yeah, I mean, but again, like, can
the Knicks
Jaylen
don't
Brown
kill people.
Can Jaylen Brown win a game for the Celtics? Like, yeah, he could. He could do it. He could get them a game. Like, they're good enough to win one game. That's just my opinion. I mean, let's be honest.
The Knicks are going to play 6 guys, though. And
Wait
the
a second,
Celtics
Tony.
are going to play like 6 or 7 guys.
Time out. So everyone's saying these things about Tatum. So Tatum, like, in the first 2, like, he didn't really play that great in those first 2 games when they had 20-point leads and then lost the game. So do they need Tatum to stay close? I don't think they do. He didn't play amazing in those games, and they were close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Another thing with the pricing too, with this is Brunson's priced up too. So you do there's at least something to be said for flipping it a little bit. And again, this is more of Showdown strategy where I don't think it's the right strategy, but when you're right and it does go that way and somehow the first game plays, maybe it's just an ugly game too. That's another way it could bust. It's like a 98 to 95 game. Like we've already seen it, 91-90 Knicks in game 2. And just everyone kind of is low. That's another way the game could bust and stay close. But I mean, Jalen Brunson's, I've been liking him all series because he was 8K and now he's 9K. That's a big difference in price. He's not guaranteed to get there at that price. And these Knicks guys, I mean, what? Cat's 8K, that's expensive for Cat. Hart 7K, that's expensive. I don't think any of them are significantly underpriced, put it that way. Even Mitch Rob is not significantly underpriced.
No, but on a slate with no value, I think you have to keep him in the pool, at least Mitch Rob. But yeah, they're not like underpriced. The guys that are Mikal Bridges 6,200, okay, 6,900.
What if the strategy is we don't play any Knicks?
That could be the winning strategy.
If that's the move?
That could be the move right there.
There's a path where the Knicks win this game and none of these guys crush their price tags.
I got a question. Who's your favorite Knick or 2? Like if you had to play him.
I mean, I cannot pay 8K for Cat. I really can't pay 7K for Hart. So that only leaves me Brunson. I honestly don't like the Knicks. The more I look at the prices, none of their prices stick out to me as great plays.
Like Mikal Bridges has been good in the series, but like he's 6,200. OG's been like kind of bad from like the past couple games, like decent last game, but like from a fantasy perspective. He got lucky
last game too, though. Like he was really low going to that 4th. Like he got a lucky run out to get 28.
So how would you rank those like mid-tier Knicks? Like would it be Bridges, Hart OG or
I would
Bridges
have
OG
to rank
Hart?
it that way. Bridges has been really. I would rank Bridges number 2 behind. It would definitely be Brunson, Bridges, OG, Hart, Towns for me. But honestly, I really don't. I really don't think any of them are must plays.
Well, I'll tell you this: you're going to see some big lineups from Boston because they're just going to have to play some with Cat and Al together. I think, which means I think Mitch Rob has a path to.
They already like the 2 big lineup anyway, so I could see double big both ways.
That's what I'm saying. So like Mitch Rob kind of is sticking out to me as one of my favorites, and I think
I like him, but does he have upside? Like,
no, but I think he could. I think he could give us like. Remember, Obi Toppin was on the winner yesterday. He gave you 14. Could Mitchell Rob?
That was the difference. The Jokic was on it though, and you had other like guys that brought hammers. Is there going to be hammers on this slate?
No, probably not. Not that type of hammer. Like
I mean,
that's a 77 is a different.
And those
type
other
of,
guys, like friggin' other 2 did good too. The other 2 were like 60 or whatever it was.
And could give you 55, and it could give you 58. Like
I'm really worried about that second game. I think it might get out of hand like big time.
But so if it gets out of hand though, then we that brings us back to like maybe we should play, like even
I think
Brunson,
it's a floor slate is kind of my point. I don't think it's a ceiling slate. Both games, I don't think, because the way the pricing sets up, I think it's a floor slate. Like, I think it's a slate that Ant could be in the winner with like 43.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you think that's what I'm saying.
So I think
like
the plays like Drew Holiday are the plays, and Al Horford and like plays like that.
But you just like Brunson, he had 133 in here, but like 46, 33, 44, 66. So like 44 could be the winner.
Yeah, if he gets 44, I think so. Yeah.
If that game blows out, is what I'm saying. So like, I mean,
and even if the second game doesn't blow out, I think it will be low scoring.
Yeah, I mean, that's how those get.
TJD stinks.
TJD over Mitch Rob. They don't want to play him though. I don't know. I don't think I can go TJD over Mitch Rob, but it's not like Mitch Rob's like amazing. I just think he's got
Mitch Rob every game, so you can always talk me into playing Mitch Rob.
I just think his minutes upside is higher. That's what I think.
25?
No, than TJD.
Oh, I'm saying. I thought you meant of his own. I'm like, 25 is a lot of minutes last game.
No, I'm saying though, like I just can't see TJD
I agree.
getting 25 minutes.
That could help TJD though is just that if they do just get blown out, he could just smash in like scrub time. But
that's like a show. That's like more like when we get to like the showdown thoughts and stuff like that. Because I do think,
I think it's just a Boston shove spot. The more I'm thinking about it in my head, I think it's just a Boston shove spot. And I haven't said
that's what I'm gonna do.
Just shove them in there and take your chances because I don't love their prices, but I do love that they're going to not because there's still a world where they only play Brown, White, Drew, Al, and then one other guy with them. I think that is what they do. I think those 4 all play 40 minutes, and I think that the rest is all between those 4 guys.
Yeah, like Luke Cornett, this is a closeout game. Like, I think he's going to play like 8 minutes like he did last game.
Yeah.
I just don't know how, unless Kristaps goes out with an injury. That's like the only, like if he goes out or something like that.
What salary do you have if you play those 4?
Who? White, Brown, Drew.
You got like 6K left if you play. Just say you play those 4, you play Ant. I mean, you're at 4,600. Even with
are you adding Al? Are you adding Al or no?
Yeah, the four Boston guys that I know are going to play 40 minutes.
So no Pritchard then. Take
not
Pritchard
yet,
out.
But he's probably going to go in there for me. I wanted to see where we were at with Ant as our late guy. If Ant's our only late guy, I wanted to see what it was.
Oh, okay. So I got all 5 of those guys in there, Boston plus Ant, and you got 42-50 for your last 2
Yeah,
spots.
I mean that's gold.
That's what I got. Derek White 7,700 now, gonna be guarded by either Bridges or OG with Tatum. Yeah, he is.
Boston gets whatever shots they want. People like Boston.
I mean,
Boston gets good,
Derek
clean
White's
looks.
gonna chuck. Derek White's gonna chuck. He's taken 16, 11, 6, and 11 threes
Yeah,
in this
I
series.
mean, they're
So
gonna
far.
get. Boston always gets open shots.
Yeah, and they get the same shots, honestly. Like, they're still going to get the same shit. Like, they're still going to take the same stuff. But, yeah, individually, does it suck because they're taking away one of the guys that gets guarded by one of the better individual defenders? Yes, but, they can still get around that. They're still going to get open looks. So, Hauser's projection should be way higher. There's a fair chance. I think he does start, and I think you'll see that projection bump land up, but I don't like him in a way because I think once he gets announced as a starter, the ownership's just going to be insane. And I think he just turns into a bad play because he's just a one-way fantasy scorer. Like, he's got to hit a bunch of shots to get there. That's just my take in it. But I think the projection will adjust if he starts.
I was just clicking names in it. It is funny though, like just with builds that are totally random. I was just clicking those Boston names in just to see salary. So I clicked in 7 Boston dudes, counting Hauser and Ant. It fits perfect. It's just a totally random build where you got 7 Boston plus Ant. Just totally weird build on a 2-game slate, but it's funny that it fits perfect. Literally perfect.
I think I know the exact build.
Well, it's the 7 guys plus Ant. So you definitely know the build.
You're not playing that build. Get out of here.
I mean, I'm not playing it. I'm just saying that it's weird that it fits perfect like that.
No, it definitely is.
There's no way that 7 end up in a winner. Like, it would be, and no Knicks. Like, it would be the weirdest build ever. But the point being, I like to do that a lot on the 2-gamers where I do that, and then I just look at pivots off the exact price points where. So, like, if this guy's this price, who can I pivot to? And then do like 2 pivots. And then you end up with 5 Boston, Ant, and 2 other guys. That's how I like to do it.
Yeah. Chat's talking about Doogie Howser playing or getting 20. If he gets 25 minutes or 25 fantasy points, he's going to be on the winner. But
25 fantasy points? What? Who's on defense? Mangone with 1 leg? How's he getting 25 fantasy points?
I think he meant minutes, but
I'm not. Like, oh my!
I think he meant minutes. I mean, he could, like Tony said, if they play the double big lineup for a big amount of time, they're probably going to get cooked. So, yeah, he meant minutes. Yeah, he meant minutes. All right, let's get to the second game here, Tony.
The last time Tatum was out, he played 13 minutes and had 1 fantasy point. I'll say it again.
And he's coming off of an injury too. Can we say that as well? He is coming off of an injury.
13 minutes and 1 fantasy point. I really think you can use this, right? These are the 6. Like, I don't like Porzingis, but these 6 right here, I don't. Like, look at those minutes. They're going to be higher. All Porzingis will be lower, and the other 5 will be higher.
Pretty much the 4 guards, and I throw Brown in as like a guard, I guess. But like those 4 guards are going to play a ton of minutes.
They're just going to play them all.
Yeah, they're going to play a ton. So I will be playing a bunch of them. I was looking at props too. I saw someone say the Peyton Pritchard triple-double thing.
Oh, God.
I don't know about triple-double, but I always in these spots, always like Derek White rebounding props because whenever these guys are out, Derek White always steps up in the peripheral stats, like always. He doesn't need to when everyone's in because Tatum is always on the glass and he'll get assists too and stuff like that. But Derek White rebounding prop and Drew Holiday assist prop because with Tatum out, Drew Holiday is going to get the ball more when Pritchard's not on the floor to initiate offense. Whereas before it's just like Tatum, Derek White, Pritchard when he's out there, JB, and Drew will go sit in the corner more. When one of these guys is out, though, I think Drew initiates more of the offense, which I think is why Tony kind of likes him more as a play, because he says he always steps up. I think it's more just he has chances with the ball in his hands more, Tony. He has chances to create more looks for himself and others. So I always like those two props
a lot too. Like you can do him and Al, their prices are just nice for their roles they're going to have.
What do you think Drew Holiday get 10 assists on DK right now?
No, I mean, I'm not
25 to 1, Tony. 25 to 1.
That's definitely more your lane. That's your lane than my lane.
That's my lane, but those are fun props. I like fun props.
I like them too. I just get in trouble where I just do too many of them, and then
you can't. That's the thing. You can't do too many of them.
You gotta pick like a couple and go with that. I don't know. I don't like the 10 assists as much though. I'd rather do points or threes. How many threes can the dude hit or something? The threes are the ones I like.
Threes for him because Peyton Pritchard and Derek White and JB are gonna chuck from there. Drew Holiday, when he gets the chances, he's more aggressive. Like he's gonna put the ball on the floor and go to the hole, I think, more and try and bully someone as opposed to just chuck from the outside. I think there's so many chuckers on Boston. Him and JB, him though specifically with the guards, he's gonna put the ball on the floor a little bit more and trying to get downhill into the bucket. Especially when it's just Cat out there, and not Mitch Rob. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to get to the rim probably. So we'll see what happens, but that's just my take on the spot there. Now can we go to the second game now? Are you good with the first game?
Yeah.
All right. So it sounds like we both have an idea. I think we haven't talked about this game yet, but it sounds like we both are on similar pages, I think, with what we think happens. And I think that this Golden State team is ready for their trip to Cancun. All expenses paid by the Warriors franchise to Cancun for the entire team. And Minnesota is going to help them. They're going to send them on their way. They might even pay for the flight, Minnesota. Minnesota might pay for the flight. You know what I mean? Just enjoy right from Minnesota. They'll pay for it right to Cancun and get them on their way, Tony, because this to me smells like a Minnesota smash spot. Jimmy Butler was sick last game. He wasn't feeling good. Draymond said the whole thing. I tried to step up. I didn't get him the ball in the right spots enough, blah, blah, blah. Make no mistake. They will quit, and Steve Kerr will hit the panic/I quit button faster than anybody if they get down. And that's what I think happens. Could be totally wrong, but that's the way I feel on it. This game's in Minnesota. I still feel like Minnesota hasn't played their best game in this series yet. I'm still waiting for the game where they just literally belt to ass this team the Pacers did to the Cavs. Maybe not that egregious, but kind of like the Pacers did to the Cavs in game 4. Tony, they haven't played, in my opinion, their best basketball yet in this series. And I think we could see it tonight in Minnesota. Get this game over with. And obviously Golden State, like you said, knows, especially with Steph hurt, they ain't coming back from this lead.
And the Wolves learned a lot last year. I know they won the series versus Denver, but they were up 2-0 and they went home and Denver won 3 in a row and then it flipped. They want to just put it down. I mean, they just want to put Golden State down. They don't want to deal with Steph. The spread's 11. I see no other path but a T-Wolves blowout. I don't. And it helps, too, that we've kind of been on the right side. When you're on the right side of a series, it's easier to just keep piling on. It's harder when you're swimming uphill and you were on the Warriors, then you flip to this, and then you're back to this. We kind of felt, even with Steph in, we felt like it was a mismatch. Steph gets hurt. They win 3 in a row. Not even playing great, honestly. They haven't fully played their best. I mean, look at Ant. Ant hasn't even had more than 52 in a game yet in this series. And Randall's been amazing, but the other guys, Nas has been bad. Dante's been bad. I mean, they really haven't played good. So I'm with you. I'm fully aboard. Tonight is the Pound Town, and it's just a matter of what you do with it. So I'm totally
Pound
with you.
Town. There you go. We're on the Pound Town train.
The key is going to be, who do we play, though? Like, who do we play if this is Pound Town?
Well, I think we want one of Randall or Ant, right? Gotta have
That's
one.
kind of my question, though. Is it one max between the two of them, or could you play both of them?
Well, how many Knicks are we actually fading? Are we fading the entire top? Because think about this, Tony. If we don't like Golden State, like we can all agree that Golden
State, I think, has options for a blowout, though. Like they just play so many guys that Kerr
what's
won't
the options,
hesitate.
though? No. I don't mean. Well, I meant the studs. I'm sorry, I didn't word that right. So we don't like the spend ups for the Golden State team in a blowout. I would assume you don't like the spend ups in a blowout.
I will definitely 100% not like the spend ups for
okay. So we don't like them. We're cool with the Boston guys. We already said it. We're fine with their spend ups, but their most expensive guy is 8,200. He's not even that expensive, to be honest with you. Minnesota, their most expensive guy is who? Ant at 9,400, and then you got Randall at 7,900. We're not playing the Golden State. And then the Knicks guy. So, like, no one is really, like, there's no Jokic on. There's no, like, 11K stud. So, I don't know if we should make rules like that because, I mean, could Julius Randle and Ant both score in the 40s and that be on the winner? Like, it could. I'm not saying it will. It could. So, I don't know if I want to make that rule. That's kind of the reason why I don't want to take Brunson just completely out of the pool, because I think even a Brunson like 44 could get him on the winner. Like I don't think that's, out of the realm of possibilities here. That's my problem with, we're already taking so much away with like Golden State and some of those other Knicks that we didn't like. So it's like, do I want to do that? But so to answer your question, I won't make that a rule, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting for sure. I mean, one of the reasons that you eliminate, though, like you've been saying on these shows, is when you eliminate it, you're just narrowing the field so much and you're giving yourself a chance to. Yeah. So it's more so than obviously Brunson's going to be one of the better plays.
Dude, Man Goat is so far behind right now.
How is he always like 4 hours behind us in the show?
Wasn't he just talking about Doogie Howser a second ago? How did we get from there to this? I don't think they had, like, I think he had them flipped. Like one happened before the other. Mangone must be like going back, like 2x, but then he goes back. He's got to be all over the place right now. Jeez.
Who knows?
All right, but back to the point. Yeah. So you were talking about fading a team and how it makes you unique, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's something you should do. Obviously, if you're playing a bunch of teams, then it's different. You're going to have to play some Knicks, but I like the strategy of it, and you can just get really creative tonight. Where, like, if Minnesota truly kills them, you can jam that first game and just play a weird guy. Play Pat Spencer, our boy, in the second game, or hopefully Spencer's 3Ks. He's got to be. He hasn't played. Stone Men 3K.
Moses Moody. Yeah, he's
like
3K.
Those guys. Like, I think that's maybe the best way to approach it, where just shove that first game and then it lets you play Brunson, who, if I had to pick between Brunson and like Ant, who I bet their ownership's somewhat similar tonight just because their projection is somewhat similar. Like, I would take Brunson just because Ant literally – he's the opposite of a front runner. He's like, when it's easy, he's not going to put his foot down. He's going to coast. And Randall's more of a foot.
Who helped? I was just going to say, who helps from that is Randall. So it kind of makes me like Randall in your scenario.
Randall's been better in the series too. So it's I like.
And
Randall
he's more like foot on you when you're down type of guy. Yeah, he's more like, okay, Ant's gonna let me be number one here. I'm gonna go. And like you said, he's been better in the series. He's such a mismatch for this team too. I just keep talking about it, but it's like he's just a lot to deal with for this team.
Yeah, he's
Already
good.
so undersized.
He's good. He's been bringing it to him. Jack keeps asking about Dante. I can't do Dante. And a blowout doesn't help Dante that much. Dante and Naz Reid have been bad this series. They're our boys. We like them. They've been bad, though. I can't play Rudy. It's an interesting slate. The only thing I'm certain on is how much I like Boston, but everyone's going to like Boston.
I could play McDaniels just because I could see like him
Safety.
getting 30. Yeah, like him getting 30, low 30s could somehow just be on the winner if that rest of the range kind of fails. So I could play him. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's literally as simple as like Ant Randall. I don't think. Would you play any cheapies from Minnesota, or would it be more taking chances on the cheapies from Golden State?
100% just Golden State. You get a gift with this series where you just Minnesota just doesn't play these guys, even the ones we like.
No,
like
no, and blowout
you can play
run.
for sure. I got nightmares from that other game. Definitely but like I don't need Conley. Dante I don't love. Nas I don't love. Rudy, I'm looking at Showdown pricings now on the screen. I mean, Rudy 8K is absurd.
Oof.
And the Golden State, like literally Golden State, all of these guys on the bench. I mean, Gui Santos had 15 fantasy points in like 4 minutes last game.
Yeah, I'm with you. Play Moses Moody, Santos, Pat Spencer.
Yeah.
Play those guys. Yeah.
And just the ownership is going to be so much lower. Even Looney's played a bunch. Yeah. I mean, I think we're all over it. I mean, Jimmy, I'm not going to play Jimmy captain tonight. I'm not going to play any Golden State captain tonight. There's no reason to. So you're already limiting your player pool even more.
It's like a floor slate in a way where it's like Julius and Ant. I just don't see how one of them's got the
100%, like 100% just those two in the captain. And if the game stays close, we lose. I can live with that. That's what you got to do in Showdown.
I'm definitely going to be like super heavy on like the 4-2 Minnesota builds where I like get 4 of those.
The only thing you got to be careful with, I'm just telling you, told me to be careful with the rules, is the 3 of these scrub Golden State guys could easily pop in that winner.
Yeah, I don't love the expensive Golden State guys. So
limit that. That's what I did. The last time I should have won when these teams played in Showdown, I limited to 1 starter. 1 Golden State starter was my max. I didn't want 2 of them in any of my builds.
Yeah, maybe I'll make that.
Like Kuminga's 7,400 now on Showdown. 7,400.
Yeah, I mean he's been good, obviously, but he was 2,400.
Like decent. I wouldn't even say he's like been. Where's he at? Oh, I don't have the sheet anymore.
Well, I'm comparing him to the rest of the starters, so comparable to the rest of the starters, he's been pretty good. Honestly, he's been better than Dre. He's been better than Buddy Hield. He's been better than.
You think he's been better than Buddy Hield?
From a fantasy standpoint, since Steph's been out, I think he's been more consistent than all those guys. Since Steph's been out, he's had 18, 30, and 23 actual points.
Yeah, so fantasy points. The first game he was out, Buddy had 43, Kuminga had 11. The next game they were the same, 23 and 25. And then Kuminga had the big game, 46. But Buddy had 32 in that game. And then last game they were like the same too.
Right. Okay, so even the same. What are they price tag wise? Yeah, they're the same. So I don't know.
They're both expensive. It's like, so they're in the 7Ks. Let me pull them all back in. So like Podziemski, Kuminga, Draymond, and Buddy, all 4 of them are in the 7Ks, just high. And Gobert's ahead of them at 8K. Man.
I mean, I hate Rudy Gobert, but it's just.
How are you even going to spend the money on Showdown tonight?
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to leave a ton on the. I'm definitely gonna loosen up the minimum of salary here. Which means
Jimmy's gonna be like absurdly high owned, and if anything in this series, it's taught us. Like when they get killed, he's only had 33 and 27 in the 2 blowout games.
Because Jimmy is the first one to, when things go south, Jimmy's okay. Like he knows. He knows.
You can easily get around those guys too. Like if it's Ant, Randall, McDaniels, and say who's another, and just say Nas or whoever. The other one doesn't really matter. Yeah. You're down to 3,400. So like it's not as crazy as we think. You can really get low on the. You're just shoving Ant and Randall, and then everything kind of falls.
What are you leaving with that build if you just plug 2 1K guys in there?
Like, I mean, you're going to leave a lot if you play 5K. But I mean, you're going to have to play. Just say we play a golden straight scrub, then you're left with 5,900 for your last spot, which could be Dante, Jackson Davis, or anybody down. So
I'm just trying to think if there's. Yeah, my point was I'm just trying to see the range and see if like a 1K guy could possibly outscore that range, like the entire range.
They easily could if they get enough run, easily.
Which with Kerr, they could get 19, 20 minutes, depending on how bad the game is. So again, it's in our script where obviously if this is a close game, the script is dead, obviously, but in our script where they get blown out,
I think we do. I think we do good. I think we roll today. I'm liking where we're at.
I'm feeling it too. Yeah, Warriors just don't have the horses to win this. Heels and Pods are going to have just the outer body.
And on the road, do you really like Buddy and they're in we don't need to talk about it anymore. They're in big trouble.
They're in trouble.
If they play good tonight, I'll definitely lose tonight. What the showdown build everyone is going to do fits perfect. What Jimmy? What's the actual Jimmy build?
He said Ant, Captain, Butler, Randall, McDaniels. No, Butler, Randall, McDaniels. Look how much is left.
2 1Ks. That's not going to be the build everyone does. 2 1Ks.
No one likes playing 2 1Ks. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good build, though. I don't mind that build because Jimmy could be the highest scoring Golden State guy with 30. And
correct.
I like 2 1Ks. So I like the build, but that is not going to be a popular build.
That was the build that Tony was pretty much telling me, be careful with your 4-2s because those are the builds that could win.
And
that's
definitely going to – Minnesota's going to leave their guys in longer, too, because even though they're up, they want this thing over. They're in Minnesota. They don't want to go back to the Bay. I mean, there's no way they're playing them tough tonight. The only way this game's close is if Minnesota misses every shot.
Yeah, which I just don't think is going to be they had their chances with those games where they were missing shots. They had their chances. I can't see that. I agree. I promised him I wouldn't ask him MLS, so you can ask him if you want, but I promised I wouldn't ask him.
I did see on my Twitter,
anything about this.
Some other Dallas scheduled thing on my Twitter where they're playing the Chiefs on Thanksgiving or Christmas or something.
Oh, so you do look at the schedule releases.
No, it was on my Twitter.
Big T turn in the corner, guys. Don't worry. By June or July, we'll get him drafting live. He might pull some people in. You might be able to draft with Big T. Who knows? We might be doing some fun stuff just to get everyone rolling with the best ball season. So yeah, it's the best time though. If you like the schedule drop, you like best ball, it's the best time. You can come hang out. I'm going to be doing some drafts this weekend. Much to Tony's dismay when we have no NBA.
You're seriously drafting this weekend?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to do some drafts this weekend. Why not?
Any golf thoughts tonight? Tune in tonight. Golf show tonight.
Yeah. 9 p.m., right, Tony? 9 p.m.?
That part I'm not 100% sure on, but 8 or 9. I don't – you're the scheduler. You're the boss. What time's it at?
I think it's at 9. I'm pretty sure. I just didn't know. A lot of times when you get on shows, you'll just switch things up last minute.
I have a hard time making it by 8, so I hope it's at 9.
I think it's at 9. I'm pretty sure they normally go at 9. So, yeah. And then they got a sweet, a nice cover for the show. Go enjoy it.
Yeah, I love that one.
I really enjoyed it. It's a good picture of JBC. So I hope you guys enjoy it. You guys on the show, JSU? No, I'm not on the show. I am definitely not on the show. Taking the golf show off.
Wendy's is the real question. When's Wendy's day? When's pay up day?
You tell me. You're supposed to tell me. You're the one who's supposed to tell me.
I've been NBA. So if these two,
I've been training. I've been training hard for this Wendy's day. I've been putting in fucking work.
2 days, not 1 day, 2 days.
No,
Wendy's.
I've been doing 2-3 a days just
I'm
to
already
get ready.
scouting out. Like, do you want the same meal or do you want me to like get you a little mixture each day? Like one this day, one the other day.
Don't ask me. It's all up to you. You pick the meal that we agreed
Wendy's
on.
on the show tonight. I'm with Wim Westling. Wendy's on the show tonight.
What if I
would be electric?
What if I just jumped on your show like mid-show?
We might have to do
just
Wendy's
eating a Wendy's Baconator or whatever they call them. Like, what if I just was sitting there with it? It's
like a briefcase match back in wrestling when you can cash it in whenever you want. At any point, I can just text the Wendy's order and he's got to come on the show.
Yes, the briefcase match or whatever it's called, where they would climb the ladder and they'd always get like a third of the way up and then just get ripped down. Just every single time. Oh God. Well, Tony, it's your bet. It's your.
I kind of like the idea. I like getting Majors mojo for the golf. We might have to do it.
The only
number one on the show tonight.
The only problem is I don't eat late at night. That's my only issue. But if you really want it, I will do
late
it.
at night with me before.
I have.
I'm sure you haven't eaten yet today, anyways.
Definitely not. It's only 11:44. I haven't eaten yet. What are you, crazy? I mean, no way. I still got to work out. I didn't even get. This morning I was hurting. This morning I had to go easy this morning. I was hurting. I needed to recover a little bit more before I get my workout in.
Obear is the worst play on the board. K. Reed.
I mean, how are we not playing Bryson and Rory? I don't take my golf takes, but I just Bryson and Rory just seems like my go-to move. So I don't need to be on the golf show.
Everyone agrees that their favorite version of JSU is drinking on the golf show. I've never heard a single disagreement to that.
I don't know. I don't know if the wife loves it. I'll tell you that. I don't know if the wife loves it. She's like, you're so loud. Every single time after the golf show, she'll just be like, you're so loud. And I'm like, I'm
just
sorry.
Tell her to
blame Tony
and move on.
Just give me a leg and move on. Oh God. Phil Mick belt to ass. Yeah, there we go, B-Nair. That's my core right there. You want JSU's core?
Boy, Phil again at that clip.
Rory, Bryson, Phil. Let's go, baby. Let's go. No, and if you want a fourth, Mean Dean. I'm throwing Mean Dean into the equation right there. So I know Big T likes some Mean Dean. I'm gonna play some Mean Dean.
Was Bumster the one that was still the funniest when I sent the link instead of the YouTube. I sent the link like to it was before StreamYard. It was when we had whatever was before, and the random dude just showed up on the show. It was the best.
Well, no, to his defense too, he was probably like, "Oh, this is the show link," and he just clicked it, and then it was like,
he's just
nope.
on camera.
That was good. I thought there was a few people that clicked it too before we realized it. Yeah, well, that was a long time ago. Big T, what happened?
What happened to the hoodie? You've asked me 73 times in one day. It was yesterday on the show. I don't like you. Nag me more than my wife. Not how you get a hoodie.
I'll guarantee you this: Big T will get back to you when he is ready. But do not message him 5,000 times because that's how you don't get back to if you message him 5,000 times. I can promise you that. God. All right. Favorite play on the slate, Tony, before we get out of here? Favorite play? One guy you're definitely playing.
Man, give me the weird Drew Holiday play. Does he got one game in him? I could say someone obvious, but I'll say Drew Holiday.
All right, I'll go my boy Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard, PP, showing up tonight, showing out. He's got to show out, or Boston's fucked. They need Peyton Pritchard, so hopefully he can have a big game here. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. More NBA tomorrow, I think. Same time, same place. I don't know if it's just a showdown or not, but we'll see. Golf show tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Enjoy that with the boys, Big T, JBC. I think Bryce, third and Schlong. Snyder, maybe. I could be missing someone else, but enjoy that tonight. Good luck in the major contest tomorrow. for Big T and myself. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Till then, right here. Peace.